All right, you ready?
Ready.
And we are rolling. I think I'm ready. Who knows at this point? All right, we are rolling in 5, 4, 3. Good morning. Hey there, Colin.
How you doing, Josh?
I'm good. It's morning though, so it's I'm still morning it up right now. I'm
Yeah.
in mourning is what it is.
You're in
I'm in
morning because you're not sleeping now.
What? Who said I wasn't sleeping? I'm sleeping.
Well, you're saying you're more in morning. Are you mourning because you're just not sleeping?
Oh
Because it
no,
is
I'm
morning.
sleeping. I'm sleeping just fine.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I'm doing good. All right. Anyways, welcome to Fattest Guys in the Room. We are going to stop mentioning what episode it is. If you want to find that out, go to our podcast. You'll see which episode it is. But I just realized that there's no point. These are just endless. They're just going to keep going. We're going to end up with
Sure.
episode 1612. So we're just gonna get rid of it. If you don't know who we are, feel free to listen to our first podcast called Introductions. But we are I'm Josh.
I'm Colin,
And we're the fattest guys in the room. Yeah.
and
Oh, sorry.
I'm the fattest guy in my room.
No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Technically, you're the onlyest guy in your room. You're the
See,
onlyest guy.
And this bit will never get old.
It won't. I mean, it may get old to our listeners, but
Yeah.
for some
Not
reason,
us.
I just feel the need to argue with you every time you say those words.
I know.
Every time you say that you're the fattest guy in the room, I just think of instantly how to argue with you about it. So
Yep.
in our virtual room, I know that I am fatter than Colin. That's all that is. That's all there is to it.
Well, and great news. Maybe next week we'll be able to do this in the same room again. Who knows?
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
good.
and we will
Positive
see who is the fattest guy in the room.
Yeah, who knows though? Polis is probably gonna start talking. So for those of you that don't know, we're in Colorado, and yeah, the governor's all weird. He just follows
Nice.
whatever Denver says.
That's true. That's
it's
true.
very frustrating.
Well,
It's very
hey,
frustrating.
how about a word from one of our sponsors?
All right, so our primary sponsor is QEH2. QEH2 is an IT company based in Denver, Colorado, but can serve you all over the world for our listeners out in France and Cairo and all those fun places, which is just blows me away. But they can take care of you no matter where you are. All right, so give them a call, 303-688-7531. They handle everything IT related, all the way from hooking up a printer to your, more serious problems like you just fired some employee and you need to make sure that they're not going to ruin your entire company. So that's QEH2. That number again is 303-688-7531 or online at www.qeh2.com.
Excellent.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
am
am never going to pre-record the ads. Never. I'm never going to do
Good
it.
idea. That's a good idea.
Well, like Joe Rogan does like 15 minutes of where he's just reading from a script, right?
Mhm.
He's just like reading this off. I'm never going to do that. If they want to advertise on our show, I
Yeah.
got to believe in your product.
Just give us the gist of it, and we'll give everyone else the gist of it.
Give us the gist, give us some samples, let us know what's going on, because I might turn you down. So if you're out there and you want to put some playtime on our show, which would be smart, you just shoot us a email, joshua@chubrun.com or colin@chubrun.com, and we'll work on it. But we're gonna stay integrity based and make sure that everything that we advertise is not just some canned message.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah. So what we do is we are fattest guys in the room, and we like to talk positivity and being happy about trying to get in shape. And
That's right. That's right.
It's if you're like me, getting in shape sucks because you're kind of chonky. So that's just who I am. I'm working my way up to being stupid, sexy Flanders, but I'm not there yet.
Yep, I think it's everyone's goal to be stupid, sexy Flanders, because he was stupid, sexy, especially in that snowsuit.
He was. Well, I'm wearing leggings right now, and it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Or when he was in a streetcar named Desire.
Takes
his shirt off.
That was crazy. That was
practice
crazy.
the bottle scene.
Okay. That's enough.
So, what are we gonna do today?
So today we are going to talk about. So last week we talked about discipline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And discipline's a funny thing, and it comes from just doing some reading and being who I am as a person with my history and stuff like that. You realize that discipline comes from you have to build it. It's not something you're just born with. So you either have discipline or you don't have discipline, or you lack a discipline, as clearly stated before. So it's just one of those things. So what we're going to talk about today is how to build that discipline. Like, how does me, Joshua, the fattest guy in the room, build the discipline to where I can be more like Colin, where I roll out of bed, annoy the crap out of my significant other by just starting to work out right there before the day even starts.
Rolling out of bed.
Like
Well,
literally, yeah,
just literally rolling out of bed right
no,
there.
I get it, and I hate you.
That's what happens. You wake up and you're like, huh, I could roll that way and sleep more with my significant other.
Yeah.
Or I could roll that way and fall off the bed right onto the mat, ready to go.
See, that's crazy to me. That's
how you do
crazy to me. That's crazy. How do you do that? How do you build that discipline?
Okay,
That's what we're on.
so one thing that helps is having the gym be closed.
I bet that does help. Yeah.
Straight up honesty, having the gym be closed.
Yeah, when they close the gyms and you can't do anything. I mean, yeah, okay.
You can't do anything. You might as well just do it at home. So
well, yeah, we're all trying to do it at home, but I mean,
that's true.
You're waking up first thing in the morning, you're getting stuff done. It's insane. It's insane to me.
So being a morning person, that's the other thing. So you can get so much more accomplished, and it just feels good. He sets the tone for your day.
Okay, you're just being rude now.
Okay.
You're all like, you have to be a morning person and all this other fun stuff. That's not true. I don't think that's true. I'm gonna argue with you.
Last night went for a run, had a nice little 4-mile run.
Well, see, you're going for a run in the evening. That has nothing to do with being a morning person. How are you that disciplined?
It's because my running partner doesn't want to do 6 a.m. He wants to do 6 p.m. So
Okay.
I'm helping, I'm adapting, and doing the 6 p.m. run with him.
Right.
So
right.
We had a nice 4-mile run last night, and it was amazing. Afterwards, a little bit of like, oh, my legs are sore, but oh, my mind is so clear. He had to go write a final. He was going to go work on a final after we were done.
Yikes.
But that was the right state of mind because everything was clear. His mind was clear. He's focused. He was ready to go write that final. It was perfect.
Right. It's kind of cool.
So developing some sort of healthy habits is just, taking a step back and planning, looking at it and say, how is this going to benefit me? When's the best time it's going to benefit me? How can I still spend time with my kids, with my family, with my significant other, but still find that time to do it.
Find the time. Well, and we did an episode on finding time, right?
We did that episode.
So yeah, finding time is one thing, but maintaining that discipline to continually find the time every single day, that's what we're going to try to get into. Now, the problem is, so far, we skipped a very important section of our show.
What's that?
It's the same thing we do every time we show up, other than argue about who's fatter.
So how were you successful this last week?
There it is.
Did you go on a 4-mile run last night?
I felt like, I felt kind of gypped because I was actually semi-successessful this week, first week in a while, and
I wish I had some popcorn.
Feel good. Hey, rude.
Ready for this? Ready.
You're gonna get diverticulitis. No, so after our show last week, when I realized that I just desperately lack discipline, right? Mm-hmm. Sunday night. So we went for a walk last week with Zoe and just some minor stuff. But then last week on Sunday, I set up a little calendar reminders and stuff like that to try to plan my day, like try to get a routine going, like to just because I was like maybe that's the ticket. Okay. So far this week. Well, Monday.
There it is, right there. So far this week, except for
Monday. So Monday I overslept because I wanted to. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My rack of discipline. I overslept. But Tuesday and today, I woke up in the morning. Today later than yesterday, but I woke up in the morning. I got up and I put on some clothes and I took my dog for a walk.
Fantastic.
And my dog is nuts. So it ended up being walk/run for a while. Right. And the same thing happened this morning. because she's nuts. She just wants to run. She's an Australian cattle dog mixed with some other nonsense. Who knows? She's
Yeah.
just a monster of an animal. She's short, but man, just built, right? So
Yeah.
she wants to run. So I did like a little walk run thing with her first thing in the morning. As soon as I got up, put on some clothes, went outside and did that with her, and then got in, made breakfast, took my medication, got my coffee going, headed downstairs. So I feel successful,
Oh,
sir.
you are
I feel,
fantastic.
I feel flawless
Flawless.
this morning. Yes, if you're joining us on video, you will notice that I am wearing
You got to
a
move
very,
for the
very,
W.
very nice shirt that
You,
says
there you go.
flawless in bright pink letters on it.
Bright
So,
pink.
yes, and my daughter has one that matches. So, who we are
Well,
as
see,
people.
but see, wasn't that a great way to start your day? Wasn't that a great way to start your day? How do you feel
after
now?
after my initial running into stuff and falling down, it was okay because, like I mentioned last week, Colin's a morning person, right? I used to be a morning person. I'm kind of a mix in between a lark and a night owl. I don't necessarily do the morning thing, but I also don't necessarily do the all the time staying up late thing. I'm kind of a mix, and I think it's just because I lack discipline. But that's beside the point. I'm kind of a mix. A lot of people out there are like me. They're not necessarily morning people because I wake up in the morning and yes, can get a lot of stuff done. Can get a lot of stuff done. Colin's right there because it's before everybody else wakes up. It's you can get a ton done, right? Like what's really great is if you work on the East Coast, but your company's based in Colorado or California, you're up like 3 hours before them. You can get so much stuff done before anybody even shows up. But
True.
when I wake up in the morning, I don't even know who I am. Like I'm still floating in a dream about Colin doing a duathlon without me and trying to trying to hide bodies with Colin. Like I mean these are real dreams that have happened recently and I have no idea why. Well, actually I know why. It's because of the show that we were watching the night before, right? So watching a show
Yeah.
yeah, spoiler alert, I'm not going to mention the show, but basically, dude kills somebody and they try to hide the body, and then their entire life just kind of unravels for 3 seasons. So,
All right.
so I had that dream where I was trying to hide this body with Colin, and I'm still in that world when I first wake up.
Well,
I'm
you got
stumbly.
you got to stand back and say, well, what can I do to make that healthy habit? So, okay, so what if you had started this a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Like, when's the best time to plant a tree, Josh?
10 years ago.
20 years ago, but yeah, you're
Oh,
there.
come on. 20 years ago, I'd have been
10
13.
years 10 years ago.
It's
10 years ago.
not a thing. I'm not planting trees at 13. Is my name Greta? No, it's not.
All right. Well, for all you Greta's out there,
Oh, we just threw Colin for a loop.
planted tree for Joshua.
Ah,
So you gotta look back. It's about that. It's that discipline. It's the healthy habits. So you start identifying what can be a healthy habit for you. Because right now there is, well, everyone's stuck at home and looking online on Reddit, and they
of course.
had
Yeah, just waste your time there.
just
Why
waste
not?
your time on there. And someone had on progress pics. So if you're out there listening to us,
Oh yeah,
but they have progress pics,
progress
and
pics.
someone
Yeah,
and someone posted their progress pics, and they had a picture of themselves in February or January, end of January, start of February, and a
yeah,
picture from like 2 days ago. And she said she has gained about 20 pounds from being
probably
from
from
being
being
home,
inside.
being
Yeah.
inside all the time, not getting out.
Well, and you can't walk
A lot of
around. Like
people.
at the office, you can walk around, but when you're stuck at home, you have to sit in front of your computer. There's no going to talk to anybody because they're going
Well,
to call you on your computer.
yeah, and you just lock the door so your kids don't come in, so you can't
Well,
walk
well, you
anywhere.
you have to do that. My kids are upstairs. They're
Yeah,
they're not adjacent to me
my
in the next room.
well, my kids are upstairs, but they still decide to come downstairs to tell me
Yeah.
something that's
Yours
going
are a
on.
lot younger than mine
That
now,
that is
so
true.
yeah,
Yes.
a little
So
different
the
dynamic.
so what kind of healthy habits can you start establishing now? You got to start looking at, diet. You got to start working on exercise. You have to look at those habits. But what could it be? I mean,
Why are you trying to make this complicated? Why are you
Hey,
trying to make this
you want
complicated?
to know the food I have on my desk now?
What do
I
you have on your
have
desk?
a sleeve of Ritz
Ooh, I
crackers.
have a sleeve of those.
No way. No way.
Wait, hang on. I did. Maybe I ate them all.
Well,
I might have an empty sleeve.
I haven't cracked that open. And the other thing that I have is my the chocolate bunny that we had from Easter, and I still haven't eaten it yet. And
Dude,
so
you
I
know
get
that
harassed.
it's solid too. It's
It's
not even
solid.
just a normal like hollow one. It's like solid.
Yeah, solid milk chocolate. I haven't
How
even
many
eaten it yet.
calories are in that if you were to eat that whole thing?
Oh
What
my
are you talking? What are you looking
goodness.
at?
Let's see, 290
Oh, that's not bad.
per serving.
And how many servings?
One serving per container. That's not
Oh,
bad at
that's
all.
not bad at all. No,
Yeah, but since I don't snack a lot, yeah, I'm probably gonna one day when the kids come in here, they're just gonna see it and ask if they can eat it, and I'm gonna say yeah, whatever.
Okay, so
So
anyways, so
healthy habits.
you're saying the first thing to do is healthy habits. I think you're wrong. I
Mm-hmm.
think the first thing you need to do is get negative with it.
Get negative.
Get negative with it. I know we're all about positivity and we're about loving yourself and Chub Run, if you look at our logo, it's literally a fat guy running. It's about
Mm-hmm.
owning it because that's the first step.
Yeah.
The first step isn't creating the healthy habit. The first step is owning that you have a problem.
Okay. I can agree with that. I
Can you
can
not
agree with
agree with
that.
that?
I
Can you not
can
agree with that?
definitely agree with
It's
that.
instead of Alcoholics Anonymous, we'll start calling Chub Run Fat Guys Anonymous or something like that, right? Where where you can email us anonymously or Fat Girls Anonymous. I mean, I don't care. We're open to everybody. You can just come on out, send us an email. You need support, you need help, whatever. But one of the things you got to remember is no one's looking at you, but you do need to recognize that you have a problem. So we're going to bring up someone right now. We're not going to
Oh,
mention them by name.
okay. Deal.
Okay. So this person, and Colin's going to know instantly who I'm talking about as soon as I mention it, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
We bring up their weight to them on a
Mm-hmm.
pretty consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
First thing he says is, "No, I'm good. I'm fine."
Yeah. Yeah.
In his mind, he feels that he is healthy. And we've mentioned this before, that healthy at every size thing. And I know this is going to make some people mad, always makes people mad, social justice warriors, whatever. Healthy at
Yeah.
every size is not a thing. Like, yes, you can be a bigger person and be healthy. Like, I'm a big dude, like by default, right? Like, it's just how I'm built. I'm built kind of big to where I almost feel sick at the weight that they want me to be at.
Mm-hmm.
But at another weight, if I keep going and I recognize and I don't recognize that I have a problem, I will be obese and like seriously overweight. So it's owning it. And this person doesn't own their problem. They don't think they have a problem. They're just like, I'm good. But they
Mm-hmm.
get winded walking across a room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
There's so much of that of just like you said, just owning it, recognizing there's a problem, but also wanting to solve the problem, wanting
yeah.
to fix it. So I have this issue and I want to fix it.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like recognizing that you have a problem kind of forces you to want to fix it. By
Mm-hmm.
nature, all of us, everyone, no matter who you are, you're a natural problem solver. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the things in sales that they teach you is to make the other person feel like that you have a problem and you need them to help you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you naturally want to help you. So if you recognize that you have a problem, naturally you're going to want to help yourself.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's what
So
I think the problem is.
all right. So
And last week,
owning
what did
it.
we do? We identified that I have a problem and I rock a disapprehend.
But you started to walk the dog, and those are your steps. Those are your
Those are my
steps right now.
steps. Those are my
We
steps.
I hope everyone understands we're not like the buff guy at the gym or anything like that.
No, 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 no.
We're not consistently running the 6 minute
Nope.
mile. We are just two regular guys at different points in our life
Yeah.
that we need to be healthy and stay
For
healthy.
instance, Colin is totally comfortable popping off his shirt and going for a run. I am the guy that's kind of embarrassed to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I,
But
I I'm kind of embarrassed to go to the gym. And it took me a long time to realize that no one's looking at me. Like
no
no
one's
one
looking.
cares.
No,
No
yeah.
one cares. It took me a long time to realize that. And for a lot of people, that's a thing. They don't realize that no one's looking at them. But Colin and I are just very different, just regular dudes. But I'm one of those dudes that's embarrassed of going to the gym because I don't want people making fun of me. And Colin's the type of guy that'll just pop off his shirt and go for a run. It's pretty
Hmm.
terrible.
That's right. But I'd also got to work on that tan because if not, the oh
You're the
man,
you're the whitest guy in the
the
room.
whitest guy in the room. I'm the whitest guy in the neighborhood, I think, because the reflection. So we're hoping for some nice weather here soon, so we can
Yeah,
do
it's supposed
that.
to snow, I think, again.
So after all that, finding those healthy habits of what can you do. I mean, there's times where it's, on the refrigerator, write a sign on it says don't open me,
Don't
or
know, or put a
don't
lock on
don't
it like Oprah. Like
put a
Oprah, do
lock.
you remember reading about that?
No.
She had like a lock on her fridge.
Oh, Oprah, the Harpo. Oh, Oprah. Yeah, so there's different levels of it. And last week you said, it seemed like really negative. And no, I'm so far behind on training. Like I'm still excited.
Yeah.
I still hope July comes and we've got a triathlon to run.
Well,
And
they canceled the June one for Boulder.
yeah,
So,
I saw
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
If you look in
we've
my
got
background, you will see Without Limits swim
yes.
cap
So
because we love them. If you
once
guys are
again,
out there.
shout out to you guys. And there's the Oktoberfest bib. I've been thinking about what I'm going to hang on my wall, and I'll have all my bibs and everything
Yeah.
hanging. Like you saw I had Jessica
Yeah,
make
which is
that
super
nice
cool.
little
Yeah.
display case and all the medals and stuff. So I'll have that up real soon once I find it in the box that's been packed away in for
Right.
months.
Right. So building healthy habits, like you talked about, the best time to plant a tree or to build a tree was, 20 years ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that I wish I had known about 5 or 6 years ago, and I probably did know this, but I chose to ignore it, was that you can't outrun your fork,
Mm.
right? That's why my handle in a lot of places is Renegade Forks because I can't even control those things. Like they're just on their own. But I mean, but that's one of those things you can't outrun your fork, right? And
Mhm.
so what does that mean? What does that mean, Colin?
You eat a lot. I don't know.
What?
You. It's you. It's your thing.
All right. So what that
How
means
do
is
you not
you
outrun your
can't you
fork?
can't outrun your fork, right? It means you cannot exercise enough to take away from your junky diet.
Yeah.
Like there's no amount of running that you could do if you're eating like garbage.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's this everything is there's such uh I don't want to say holistic because maybe people will get the wrong idea and start rubbing
Holistic,
some
really?
essential oils on
Really?
themselves.
Do I need one of those like copper
But
weighted
there's
things on my arms for
but
my
there's a
chakras?
there's a whole way of looking at it. You can't just
Namaste.
exercise and eat crap. You can't just
Namaste.
eat you can't just eat good and not exercise. There's so much more that you have to put into it. All these pieces fit together to make that puzzle.
Well, yeah, but we
And
don't we don't have to complicate it though. You start
now,
simple, right?
start
So
simple.
my simple start is setting a schedule for myself, a
Hmm.
schedule that I can live with.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I wish I knew like 5 years ago. Don't try to go over ambitious with it
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
naturally you're gonna be like, ugh.
Well, and so when we go running, talking to the guy I run with, what's your goal, what's your intent, and he wants to just be active, lose weight, lose a little bit of weight, like I said last show. And so when I talked with him, I was like, all right, well, I've got a triathlon in July, so really, we're not going to hit it hard. We're not running 10 miles today. We're just going to just slowly build and build and build.
Yeah.
And we've been doing that. We're slowly build. We're just building up. Last night was
Yeah.
4.3 miles. Tonight's probably going to be
There
4.25 miles.
well,
There's
and
just that slow build.
that's kind of what I'm mentioning too. So don't get over ambitious with it because there's that old saying like Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Sure was
Eh,
destroyed in one though.
hey, we're not bringing that up, okay? Let's stay positive here, okay?
Okay.
Rome, Rome wasn't built in a day, so you got to think about that too. And so if you've watched the show Lego Masters, so
Oh
did you
my
watch the
gosh.
finale?
Oh,
Did you watch the
I
finale?
have, and I can tell you, I have been cheering for one team the entirety of the
No
season,
way, it was that team.
and it was not the team that won.
Ah,
But
it's the other ones,
but Jessica,
those ones. Yeah,
those ones,
yeah.
Jessica chose the right team.
Oh,
She
did she?
chose she and Eva chose the right team, and me and the boys chose the wrong team. But
Yeah, I wanted that other team to win too, but after
no,
seeing the creation, it's like, okay, this is pretty. But anyways, Lego
yeah.
Masters.
Yes.
So one of the things you'll notice in Lego Masters, it's like, I don't know, episode 4 or 5, and this is a minor spoiler, but these guys build this thing and it collapses on them while they're trying to wheel it around. And
Yeah.
then you got to think about that in terms of your fitness too. You can't have a giant Lego tower that doesn't have a good base
And not see everything around you that can cause the
that can
problems.
cause the problems. So what we're saying is you need they're building blocks,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Ooh.
you start small and you get little building blocks going. Get little building blocks going. Like my building block right now is trying to do a schedule that I can actually maintain, because if I try to do something outrageous and crazy, and of course the slogan for Chub Run is let's get crazy, because we want you to come out and we want you to go do something out of your comfort zone, get out there and do a triathlon. But what I'm saying is when you're starting this journey, don't go for crazy right that second.
No, no.
You got to build it,
Yeah.
right? So if you go for crazy right that second, instantly your tower's just going to collapse because it has no base around it. You're just going to be like, after a day or two, you just be like, okay, this is terrible. I'm going back to sleep.
I'm never doing this again.
I'm never doing this again. This is over. I'm just right. And so right now, like I could literally fall asleep right here at the desk, but I'm not going to.
You're so lucky. I
But
couldn't do
what
that.
I've started doing is just creating that routine in a sustainable way. So on Sunday, I sat down for like an hour and I just planned each single day,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like get up. As soon as I get up, I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this. And what that's doing is it's building a routine for me to actually get a walk in every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So even if I don't have the energy at 5 o'clock at night, like Colin does, to go for a 4 mile run because I work for a living.
Oh, wow. Oh wow. This is there's gonna be some behind the scenes banter coming after this show.
Because I work for a living and I'm tired. In the morning before I get my day started, I can still get that walk in. Or you could schedule it like at your lunch, like just go take a 20-minute, but it's building healthy habits. And like Colin said, it's building it, it's getting it going, and then that creates the discipline. Your brain will just start automatically going. Like if you skip your walk one morning, your brain will be like, okay, something's wrong now. Whereas
Yep.
now you go for a walk like me and you're like, something's wrong. What's he doing? Is somebody
Well,
chasing us?
so we've talked a lot about the current situation, but before this, you had great discipline and against swimming. It would be, hey, I'm going to the
Oh
gym.
yeah.
I'm going swimming. We'd be at the
Yeah, because I
office,
love to swim.
and you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go swimming. It's my lunch. I'm going. And so we point out that you're worrying about having that discipline right now and everything, but before, when life was, being able to go out to the office and places, you had the discipline of I'm going swimming. See ya. I'm out.
Yeah.
And you went. And
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it's always adapting to the situation as well. A lot of people are seeing that now that you're stuck at home, a lot of people are wanting to go out when you're allowed to. When you, try
Oh,
swimming.
dry swimming.
Try swimming. when when you're not allowed to go out, you want to. When you are allowed to go out in a couple of weeks, as they slowly lift all these things, and then it's like, all right, you're allowed to go out. Everybody's gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna stay home
I'm
now
gonna
because
stay home.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just staying home. What the?
I've got
But
plenty to
now,
do here.
yeah, but now it's like you can't go out. Well, I'm going out.
I know. I just want to go to Target. Darn it.
So yeah, there's so many situations you have to deal with, thoughts you have to worry about. I remember reading, and it was years ago, but the guy that basically ran a 5K every day, didn't matter, did it on the day his kids were born, did it in the middle of snowstorms because
That's a
that was
little
just
extreme.
his
You're allowed to take a day off.
that was his discipline every day. That's what he did no matter what.
Yeah.
And me, I'm sitting there like, oh man, I don't think I could have that kind of discipline at all. I could
That's a level of extreme discipline.
at completely, but I've thought about other things to do, especially at home. So setting timers to be like, oh, you've been sitting for
Well, I
30
used my phone.
minutes.
I
Yeah,
used my phone and set a little calendar like, hey, get up, go,
get up.
like in the morning, go do this. It's just on my calendar to where I get a little nudge like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
go. And
time to
I can still choose to ignore it,
yeah,
but
it's time to get up, walk around the room, time to go upstairs, time to do 50 push-ups. Time to do 50 sit-ups. Time to
50. Let's say 5.
okay. Time to do. Time
Because
to do
again, I work for a living. I don't have that kind of time.
No. You can close the deal. You can close the deal huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
It's a different art of the deal. Different.
Hmm.
Different.
Is that right? Like,
Totally.
let's say that again, slow,
Totally.
to where it comprehends in your brain.
Totally. You
This is
know,
a PG show, sir.
5 push-ups every hour. Do 5 push-ups. There you go.
Okay.
Discipline yourself.
Let's do it. Let's do that.
Yep.
Let's
All
set a
right.
goal. All right, everyone out there listening too. Every hour you're at work, they tell you to take a break too from your computer
Yeah.
screen. So
Oh,
every
yeah.
hour, get up, go do 5 push-ups.
Do 5 push-ups.
5
That's
push-ups.
it.
If you don't like push-ups or you got a bum shoulder or scoliosis like Colin, you could do 5
do
of
50.
something else.
Do 50. Hey, that's between my doctor and I, okay? Are you HIPAA compliant telling everyone my medical history?
Hey, you told me your medical history. I don't have to be HIPAA compliant, sir.
Well, thanks for listening to us today.
Oh, are we at time already?
We're at time, and as for someone else in this virtual room, I have to work. I have to work today, and I have to work, and yeah. So that's our time for today.
That may be our time for today. But to reiterate, set those little building blocks. Set those little building blocks. You can reach out to us too if you're having trouble. If you're having fitness problems, I feel bad for you, son. But but feel free to reach out to us, Joshua at chubrun.com or Colin at chubrun.com, and we'll help. I'm not as coachy as Colin. I'm a lot like I can. Well, no, because Colin's don't give me that face. It's
coachy.
You're disciplined. You're disciplined, right? I'm less disciplined. I'm coming from it at the same place you're coming from it, right? Like if you're listening to this and you're like me, embarrassed a little to go to the gym, we're coming from the same place. So it's doable. It just takes a little work. So, or if you want the fit guy going, you should be able to do this.
So I've turned into a bro now. Is that it? I'm the bro of the group.
Oh, you guys got a meat platter? I need to keep up on my calories.
Oh, that was a Sylvester Stallone. It sounded like there for a second.
Want to hear Sylvester? All right, but anyways, just reach out. We'll help you out. All right, so that's our time. Thank you for joining us today. These shows may get longer if it turns out this thing starts taking off. Like we'd like it to. So, but for right now, we got to keep it under a certain time because I have a job to do.
And so do I.
No, you don't. I'm the jobbiest guy in the room.
I'm the classiest guy in the room.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Well, I'm Colin.
And I'm Josh.
And we're the fattest guys in the room.